Hey guys, what's going on? Brandon here with Exotic Cars 19. And yes, I realize that I am quite a bit late to the C8 mid-engine Corvette discussion party. But I'll be honest, I was following that car for a very long time, as I'm sure a lot of you guys were. And right when it came out, I had a lot of excitement and a lot of thoughts about it, but I didn't really feel like sharing that on YouTube because I didn't really think anyone would care too much. I didn't really have any insight to say. I have never seen one, still haven't seen one in person. But yeah, I just wouldn't be adding anything to YouTube in the selection of useful videos to watch. However, you see my face now on this video because more information has come out, more rumors on future models, which is where I'm excited about it. So I figured now I'll talk about it. I know I'm late, but now is the time I want to discuss because there's more information out there. Not to mention, it's another opportunity to monetize show you guys the GT350. Anyway, maybe we'll do some rev matches and underpasses and all that while we're out, but we are in the 350, so why not? Yeah, talking about the Corvette in the 350, I promised I'm not biased. Let's just, skip right to it. I'm actually a big fan of Corvette in general, always have been. And a massive fan of the new mid-engine car, okay? Let's get into it real quickly. I'll probably title this video along the lines of the pricing because the pricing on the base car did come out. Not the base price, we already knew that when it got unveiled, but options and stuff. Like they've already showed what the part numbers of everything and some of the optional equipment, what it is priced at and how it adds to the MSRP very, very quickly. So I was expecting that, but not quite to the extent it's at now. Am I mad at GM? No, I can't be mad at them. I mean, the car starts at so low anyway that honestly, if you checked every box on the configuration thing, you'd have a more expensive car than you might realize, but it's still a bargain at what it seems the car can do. So yeah, we know it starts at under $60,000. What does that mean? Literally $59,995. Okay, so it's $60,000 before any of the fees and tax and what have you. Let's run with that for a second. Just a random fun fact for you guys. The McLaren 675 LT. That car was available as a Spider or a coupe. When you got a coupe, you could have got a roof scoop or that snorkel. Looked really, really cool. Not a whole lot of people did that because of the price, but the price of that snorkel, that option, is $10,000 more than the base price of this new Corvette. Food for thought. What does it really mean? Not much. But anyway, with that said, yeah, so that was a $70,000 snorkel. This is a $60,000 base price Corvette. Now, here is something I should mention right away. I did not consider buying this Corvette, not the base model, and I still am not planning on buying a base model Corvette. But just for fun, I configured one before I knew the pricing, and then when I knew the pricing was out, I put the two and two together to see how much my configuration would have been. And it was quite a pretty penny. I'm not gonna dance around it. It came to about just over $95,000. Okay, so I don't wanna, beat around the bush too much the whole video. But if you guys are interested in knowing how it came to that point, then I have a little list for you guys and we can kind of break it down a little bit. Before then, of course, we have an underpass. Tires are just waking up. Anyway, so yeah, I have a list of all the options, so why don't I just pull over real quickly, because I'm going to be looking at my little cheat sheet. I'm not going to pretend I know everything off the top of my head. So the pricing came out fairly recently, and so I wrote down some of the options you guys might be considering, or certainly the options that I put in my car. Here's a quick picture, the rendering on the configurator. Pretty good looking, if I say so myself. So if I were getting a base model Corvette, that's how it would look, and it would be at, if I wrote it down here, a little more actually. That, as you see it, is $98,070 before tax and fees and what have you. Let's talk about how it came to that point. The 1LT starts at $59,995. Pretty much the LTs are just packages. They don't do anything to performance or nothing like that. They're just kind of luxurious and amenities package. So the 2LT and 3LT. The 2LT starts at $67,295. That's going to give you a better sound system, heads-up display, and PDR, the performance data recorder, so you can have all your analytics on an overlay recording. That's pretty cool. You get the GT2 seats as an option. They don't come with that seat, but now you can have more options. Same with the interior, you have more color options on the interior. And lastly, heated and ventilated seats and steering wheel. All right, and lastly, starting at $71,945 is the 3LT package trim. And so what that's gonna give you is even more color options on the interior, more configuration stuff. Leather wrapped door, and I can't even read my own handwriting. How sad is that? Instrument panel. Okay, so I think like just the, whatever that means, instrument panel dash, whatever, I don't know. Now it's leather. And a lot more suede microfiber in the interior as well. So I think the roof, if I'm not mistaken, can be microfiber suede, which is a really nice material. Like the steering wheel on this car, like the door panels here. I just love that suede Alcantara. Just adds like this exotic element, which I think the Corvette now with the mid-engine is really deserving of, so that's pretty cool. And now with that pack, the GT2 seats are standard. It's not an option now, it's just standard, and you could even get the competition seats on top of that. At a price, of course, which we'll run on. But so that's that. If I were getting one, I wouldn't want a new car and going through the process of doing everything and cheap out. So I would just go 3LT. So I'd be starting at just under 72 grand. As far as the paint, the color you want it in, most of them come with the car, thankfully. But there are a couple premiums. One of them is Long Beach Red Metallic at $995, Sebring Orange $995, Accelerate Yellow $500, and then that Rapid Blue that looks almost like not quite Miami blue, but close Miami-ish blue. But it looks more like an exotic car. That's also $500. Every other color is free. As it turns out, the color I like is Elkhart Lake Blue Metallic. Maybe I'm biased. It's somewhat similar to the 350, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, that one is a free color. So let's run with that one. What else would I do? This starts to rack up pretty quickly here. The Z51 package. A whopping $5,000 right off the bat. What does it include? Well, it seems to be well worth it. Again, I don't know who would get that car and then not kind of put these performance attributes to it, because it kind of takes away. I guess if you're just some poser trying to sell online seminars or whatever, then just get the look cool car for a lot less. But anyway, Z51 package, what is it going to include? Better tires, better suspension, and then Magna Ride becomes an option. But you don't get that standard with the Z51 package, but that is optional through that. But right off the bat, better suspension, larger brakes, more cooling aids, because they really don't want this thing overheating like the C7 Z06 did. Electronic limited slip differential, a larger spoiler. However, there is an even larger one on top of that that's an option. And then the performance exhaust, which is an option, but it's standard on the Z51 package. Okay, so all of those come together to be actually pretty fair at $5,000. It kind of makes sense at that point. But again, $5,000 just up like that. Gloss black Trident spoke wheels. This is the most expensive wheel you could get. I think the actual color was accessory black. $2,695. If you wanted the dual tone or diamond cut or silver, the same wheel, it was like more around the $1,700 mark. So these are the most expensive wheels. I guess I just have decent taste. But yeah, just under $2,700 for those wheel options gets up there. I think that blue and the black contrast really well, especially with some yellow accents. So let's go ahead and do it. Yellow calipers, $595. The roof, removable roof. Forget the dual roof package. I wouldn't do that. Just have an extra roof lying around. Just get the one you like. I would get the one with the blue on the sides and carbon fiber down the middle. Not cheap, $2,495 for that guy. Competition bucket seats. Once you step up from the, what was it, the GT2? What did I write down? Yeah, GT2 seats to the competition. It's only a $500 premium from there, so I went ahead and selected that. So yeah, $500 for the competition bucket seats. They look pretty cool too. What else? Carbon fiber interior trim, $1,500. Just kind of, I don't know, makes it look more exotic. I don't have to sell you guys in carbon fiber. I like it. Yeah, $1,500. Yellow stitching, $395. That looks super cool. That really ties in the whole yellow and blue thing, in my opinion, because we're going with a black leather and suede interior. Front lift. I don't know how necessary that is on the base car. On the C7 base car with a Z51, my dad used to have one, in case you guys are new here. That thing scraped on nothing, like ever. That thing was really high. This thing with some other options I'm going to add later, some kind of ground effects, I went ahead and threw it in here anyway. So it's $1,495, so just under $1,500. Engine appearance package for $995. I went ahead and selected it for here, but if you don't select that, the engine still looks really cool. Looking behind it like this, getting out of the car, looking into the engine bay, you see the engine right there. It's really cool. I guess if I were getting the car, I wouldn't need this, but just to make an example, I added it. $995. What it does is now the struts and like a lot of the panels by the engine are now gloss carbon fiber. That just screams exotic foreign car. Ferraris, McLarens, Lamborghinis, you just see a lot of carbon by the engine, and to have that in a Corvette, the option's $995, and I think it adds even more than that in aesthetics. Maybe I'm going crazy, but I don't know. We'll see. Going along the theme of carbon fiber, the carbon fiber ground effects. This one's $4,850. Not cheap, but it adds this new aggression to the car. In fact, I will say this, I'm actually surprised this is an option on the base car, because this looks like what I was thinking the Z06 would look like. But anyway, yeah, $4,850 for ground effects. I think that's a side splitter. I think that's a front splitter. It just, in all carbon fiber, it just adds this like new stance to the car, super aggressive. And carbon fiber, it's gotta look super cool in person. Grill insert in carbon fiber, $2,095. Man, carbon fiber is expensive, but it looks super cool. The grill low on the sides, those little details that you'll see in person up close, that kind of adds to it, man. So I added that in there. High wing spoiler really raised it up even more. That's $1,150. Black lug nuts, now we're just getting small. That's gonna add to the gloss black wheels and not interrupt it so much. $225. Mirror caps and carbon fiber, $1,145. I have a second configuration that strips a couple more things. It brings it to a little bit more of a reasonable price without skimping too much. If that same configuration, I get rid of the mirror caps in carbon fiber, get rid of the grill inserts, get rid of the ground effects in carbon fiber, get rid of the engine appearance pack, get rid of the carbon fiber interior trim, get rid of the carbon fiber roof, and that's it. We are now at $84,990, okay? Now, the truth of the matter is I would not option a base Corvette anywhere near that. Now, that's just kind of like a, if I was gonna get a base Corvette, that's what I would do. Those two examples right there. But really, like I said in the beginning of the video, where my excitement lies with the Corvette is, this is just the beginning. This is just the base model. I wouldn't put that kind of money into a Corvette. I guess I could drive now. I wouldn't put that much money into the C8 unless it was the true supercar contender. This car doesn't really have any contenders in my opinion. I mean, maybe, I don't know, it's in the price range near the new Supra, but are really people gonna be cross-shopping those? I don't think so. What else? Porsche 911s? I don't think people are gonna be cross-shopping those. I don't think anyone's gonna cross-shop it. So if you're a Corvette guy, you just wanna get into a really cool performance car for, you know, good money, but not like six figures, this base Corvette will be awesome. Just knowing that the base car can get up to that point was a little surprising. It was definitely more expensive than I thought it would be. Of course, we have an underpass. Sorry to keep the revs a little low for you guys there, but still sounds good. Honestly, there's C7 Z06s really well optioned with sticker prices of where this base car is at $98,000, where I equipped it, obviously. But just to show you guys, so what does that mean for the future? Well, I'm really excited about the Z06 variant that's coming out maybe in a year or two, but it concerns me. I wonder what the price is gonna be. I'm sure even if it's $140,000, it's going to perform up there with cars worth over $350,000, $400,000. So it's gonna still be a Corvette at heart, doing cool things for not that much money. So if you read the title thinking I was gonna be negative towards the Corvette, that's not the case at all. I was just taken aback a little bit just with the price, but I guess it makes sense because the car should be pretty capable. All right, so that's that. Just for fun, I want to discuss a couple rumors regarding the performance variants, the higher end C8 Corvettes. And I think this video is running a little long as it is, so I'll try to be kind of quick with this, with what I know or what other people have said and churning around in the rumor mill. But anyway, let's get to it. So you guys, as well as I, have probably heard a lot of rumors regarding the power plant to the Z06 or the higher performance models, pushing nearly 800 horsepower with a derivative from Cadillac's Blackwing engine, which is a dual overhead cam, twin turbocharged V8. The rumor is that Corvette's gonna take that engine and make it their own, call it an LT7 or something like that, bore it out and make it a flat plane crank to where it could rev higher. And I think they're gonna say like 5.5 liter, and they wanna push 800 horsepower. That sounds a bit nutty, and I don't know what to think about that right off the bat because other rumors say otherwise. If that is the case, I don't know if that's gonna make it into the Z06. Maybe that's an even better version, ZR1 or Zora, I don't know. I feel like that's just gonna be a totally different car. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it is gonna be the Z06. But, so normally I like naturally aspirated or supercharged. I don't really like twin turbocharged cars because they just kind of muffle everything, just kind of take away the dynamic. However, this one's gonna still be a big displacement at 5.5 liter and a flat plane crank V8. Well, you guys know I like flat plane crank V8s, right? They typically mean they get to rev higher. That wasn't even like 3/4 of the way on my red line. So if this car can be a 5.5 liter flat plane crank V8 and the twin turbochargers only help the experience, then I'll be all about it. And if it's anything like those spy videos of the C8R Le Mans car, GM has said that it's going to be a completely different sounding car, more exotic, high revving. That's cool. If it's like the C8R, I'm all about it. So with that said though, 800 horsepower, that's a ginormous jump from the outgoing Z06 at 650. A different source says that it might just be a flat plane crank V8 5.5 liter naturally aspirated, and it's only going to make a little bit more power than the outgoing car. That makes more sense to me, and the Z06 is just going to be that focused, lightweight, no turbos to add weight, just naturally aspirated car, which is interesting, not even to have a supercharger. But that would be super freaking cool if they did that. So I don't know. I mean, these are all rumors for now, and maybe the twin turbocharged version with over 800 horsepower, maybe that's an even higher version. Maybe that is the ZR1 or something else. That's going to be even more money. And since we're just discussing cars that don't exist, it's kind of a fun idea to think that, okay, so they're going to make this base car, the Z06, that's typical. I don't know if they're going to do a Grand Sport. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. It's going to be so many cars. And then the ZR1, a true supercar killer. And or what if they just made this pinnacle Corvette that was really, really expensive, but people would still pay it because it's the pinnacle and it performs up there with all the supercars that cost more than double. But what if they made a car, called it the ZR1 or called it the Zora, and that's where they just, you know, didn't hold back at all. They didn't care about pleasing any bean counters. It was a total just ground up beast, kind of like the C6 ZR1 at its time. That was a killer. If they did something like that and made, you know, something in Zora's name really, really proud, hell, even if they went like way off the walls and put like supercar doors on it that opened out and up, I don't know, that'd be kind of cool. Just make it so different and just that staple of Corvette, just of what we could do, because Corvette's always at heart been an economical car they want to sell to make money. If they made that one just show off car, that'd be really cool. Another thing going along that is, at that point, will it be a hybrid? There are reasons to believe it might. Corvette actually got the name a couple years ago. They got the rights to the name E-Ray. So that kind of shows something to do with electricity. I don't think a full electric Corvette, but maybe a hybrid. Maybe it's not a hybrid in the, you know, form of good fuel economy. Maybe it's a hybrid in the form of just outright performance, like a 918, a poor man's 918. I don't know, but who knows what Corvette has in store. Whether it's going to be a ZR1, a Zora, an E-Ray, whatever they call it, there are certainly going to be the supercar variants of Corvette, and I think we're going to see Corvettes with sticker prices near $200,000 with the mid-engine platform within the next 6 years. I think we will see Corvettes nearing up that $200,000 mark. So they'll be interesting. It'll be very cool. If it's not your cup of tea, they always have the $60,000 Corvette. So I kind of like that diversification. As far as where my eyes are set, I'm just a happy bystander. I'm happy with my car. And as I always say, whenever I get a next car, I do want it to be an addition to this car, but I need to make some money first. But who knows? Like, I could totally see myself having a Corvette in the future if it plays nicely with the 350. You know, like the 350 is my front engine raw V8. Love it like crazy, manual transmission. In the same way I love a GT3 RS, that scalpel precise PDK and whatnot. Maybe if the Corvette can get really, really sharpened with the Z06 version of the C8, those would be two cars to have together. So I don't know. I need to make some money first and foremost. But I will certainly enjoy watching the show from a bystander enthusiast point of view. But if a Corvette speaks to me, I could totally see myself rocking one in the years to come. But anyway, I don't know. I figured I'd just make this video for good banter. Hopefully it kind of showed you guys some hope for Corvette, something you guys don't know, or I don't know. Hope you enjoyed nonetheless. But that will do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Real quickly, I'll tell you guys this weekend I plan to shoot a video with a buddy and his Focus RS that he tricked out. So look out for that video. Anyway, see you guys.